Well, our correspondent Jonathan Rugman is in Tripoli, and he did manage to get out of the city today to establish more of what's going on around in terms of the changing battles. Jonathan, what can you tell us tonight?
Samira, there have been pro-Gaddafi demonstrations across Tripoli today in celebration, in jubilation at alleged government victories. All Libyan cities are back in government control, a government spokesman told me, except for small pockets of resistance. Well, I've been to one of those pockets of resistance. It's a town called Zawia, about 30 miles from here, and it is very much out of government control. And I must warn you that my report does contain some potentially distressing images. These are the men keeping Colonel Gaddafi's forces out of Zawia, and today they let us inside. 4 times in the last 3 days, the Libyan army has tried to recapture Zawia. 4 times it has failed. Gaddafi's shelling resumed at 6:30 this morning, and we found this pavement still wet with blood. Some of those on Zawia's front line are armed with just swords and knives. We're walking down one of Zawia's main streets with the rebels who are occupying the centre of the town. Last night, a government spokesman told us that 99% of Zawia was under government control. But this morning, that doesn't seem to be the case. Many of Zawia's inhabitants have fled. The centre of a town of 200,000 people is littered with the debris of battle. And as the smoke rose from a secret police building which had been set alight, one man told me that government claims of victory were lies.
The government is trying to do whatever they can. They, by the news, by the TV, by the shelling, by the killing, by the kidnapping of young people, by trying to tell the other world they are under attack, and they're trying to tell you also those youngsters are taking drugs, and this all sort of...
Do you have any Al-Qaeda here? Though the rebel flag still flies over Zawia, the town hasn't finished counting its dead. In the town square, we counted 20 graves where there were just 5 a week ago, and more have been freshly dug for the battles ahead. We visited the hospital. More than 70 wounded patients have been treated in the last few days. A doctor looking after this 65-year-old man said his patient had been shot in the head.
He has been shot to kill here in the forehead, you see? In the forehead. Still inside, there's a bullet inside the brain.
What are the injuries we're talking about here?
Fatal injuries. All it's shoot to kill. Head, neck, and chest and upper abdomen.
And we're talking about live bullets or plastic?
Plastic? Are you joking? We are talking about tank, anti-tank missiles used against individuals. There's no plastics here. It's all real bullets.
And how many dead people have you seen in this hospital in the last 48 hours?
I can't give you the exact numbers, but more than 30 people.
And those who survived attacks by Gaddafi's tanks and snipers are shaken by the memory of what they saw.
And they start to shoot randomly.
He
asking him to leave. He said he killed our people.
The tanks we saw scattered across the centre had either been captured or their commanders had defected to the rebel side. But this is a David and Goliath battle, and these protesters know they are heavily outnumbered. Is Gaddafi ever going to come back here?
Well, we're waiting and we're expecting that he's going to come back again. Yeah, he will come back again. And hopefully not, but you never know. With Gaddafi, you never know.
Even ambulances are not safe here. This one had been destroyed by what doctors said was government fire. In a town where the rules of war hold little sway, a town still holding out against incredible odds.
Jonathan, we're going to come back to you very shortly. But first, there's been another fierce battle for the town of Misrata, where doctors have told us they've seen at least 30 people killed, their bodies taken inside the hospital while others died where they fell. This footage reportedly shows Libyan rebels in the town today. They say they've managed to beat back an advance by forces led by Gaddafi's son, who tried to seize the town with tanks and artillery. One resident said the troops had been destroying everything they found. We've heard some powerful testimony from a doctor speaking from inside the city.
They come at 11 o'clock in the morning, about 40 cars, large cars, and they have 6 tanks. They shot everybody, unarmed people, people in the home. There's a lot of shots in my home, my neighbor. I was in the ambulance about 1 hour ago, but they shot also in the ambulance. We have a white flag to tell them we are only an ambulance, but nobody will listen to you. He will shoot everybody in the street. They want to be in the downtown and to destroy the building who's control the local committee here. We have now about 90 patients, injured patients, about 6 killed, and we have 4 in the operating theater now, and the rest of them is injured in the arms and in the shoulder and the legs. But you know, we don't know if in the next hours we see more and more.
Well, we can go back now to Jonathan Rugman in Tripoli. Jonathan, we've had very harrowing testimony from different locations of these government attacks. What's the situation tonight?
The situation is that there are these 2 towns not that far from Tripoli, Misrata and Zawia. They're very significant because they are the 2 largest rebel-held population centres outside eastern Libya, and they are potential stepping stones for these rebels onto Tripoli itself. The problem, I think, is that you're seeing vicious, drawn-out battles between 2 largely unprofessional sides with civilian casualties caught in the middle. I don't see any evidence of overwhelming force used by Gaddafi to take the towns back, but nor do I see any evidence of the rebels able to break out of those towns and move on to Tripoli itself. So we have something of a stalemate, and if anything, Gaddafi has force on his side. He could use it. If anything, he's used some restraint, if you like, because technically those towns could fall very quickly, and it's taking remarkable spirit on behalf of the people in those 2 population centres to hold on.
Jonathan, thank you.